Greetings, fellow warriors of the mind. Welcome back to my journey into ancient wisdom. Have you ever snapped awake at dawn with your thoughts already roaring like a turbulent sea? When the universe seems to have launched its assault before your consciousness fully returns, your spirit crushed under yesterday's unresolved burdens before you've even taken your first conscious breath. You lie there, paralyzed, your ribcage constricted by invisible weights, your mind a battleground of chaotic thoughts clawing through your consciousness. Memories you thought were buried rise like specters, pulling you toward moments of weakness you'd sworn to forget. Regrets slither up your spine like cold snakes. Faces you've tried to erase flicker behind your eyelids. Futures you once reached for seem to mock you as they dissolve into mist. And there, still motionless beneath your sheets, a brutal truth crystallizes in your mind, turning your blood to ice. Salvation isn't coming. No rescuer will appear. No message will ping on your phone with miraculous solutions. No stroke of fortune waits to lift this burden. There's just silence, punctuated only by the steady drum of your own heartbeat. That's when you feel it, that profound weight settling into your bones, that raw, merciless honesty most humans spend their lives fleeing from. Peace isn't your birthright, clarity isn't guaranteed. This world shows no mercy to those who remain passive. It feeds on weakness like a predator scenting blood. It detects hesitation like a wolf smells fear. If you cannot ignite an internal flame fierce enough to light your path, the darkness will consume you. That's not philosophy, that's primal law, the unflinching truth no one dares speak aloud. And there, in that merciless space between comfort and truth, is where Stoicism truly lives, not in dusty academic texts but in the unwavering gaze of someone who faces life's tempests without flinching. Stoicism manifests when your universe disintegrates around you, yet your voice still resonates with the authority of distant thunder. It's bleeding internally yet refusing to seek pity, choosing instead to breathe, to center yourself, to advance despite the pain. Because this world respects only strength, not the kind displayed in physical dominance, but the kind that radiates from your composed silence, the power contained in your self-restraint, the resilience that allows you to rise repeatedly when every cell in your body screams for surrender. That's why each morning, before existence has a chance to sink its talons into your flesh, you must face yourself as a warrior examines their weapon. Don't wait for motivation, don't waste time on wishes, command yourself with authority. Address your reflection not with gentle encouragement but with fierce determination. Declare 5 principles as if carved from granite, branded into your very essence during life's fiercest storms. 5 truths that care nothing for your comfort, concerned only with your survival. These words aren't meant to soothe, they're meant for battle. Let them burn into your consciousness. Let them echo in your chest. Let them incinerate doubt. Let them strike harder than any deception the world will hurl at you today. Because once you step beyond that mirror, once you venture outside, this world will show no restraint, so why should you hold back? Before we continue this journey, click that support button, share in the comments which line struck you like lightning, and follow this channel if you're finished being dragged through existence like a hollow shell of yourself. What you're about to receive isn't mere motivation, it's resurrection. Let us begin. Number 1, I master what lies within my control, I accept what does not. You open your eyes, and the conflict begins before your feet touch the floor. Thoughts bombard you like artillery, that unpaid invoice growing overdue, the heated argument from 3 days ago, the apology never received, the decisions that haunt your quiet moments. Yet none remain within your grasp now. Let that realization settle. You cannot reverse time's flow. You cannot undo betrayal. You cannot force another to love you properly. You can rage at history until your voice fails, but it remains unmoved, unyielding, offering no apologies. But one element always responds to your command, your next action. That principle, I master what lies within my control, I accept what does not, isn't decorative wisdom for meditation rooms. It's a weapon that slices through mental static, eliminating the victim mentality within you, declaring to the universe, you no longer dictate my inner peace. Philosophers of old didn't document their thoughts to display wisdom, they wrote because they battled chaos, grief, mortality, temptation, and the terror that their suffering might lack meaning. Yet they returned consistently to one fundamental truth: grasp firmly what lies within your influence, release everything else to its natural course. Because when you finally stop pursuing what has departed, when you cease pouring vital energy into situations you were never meant to resolve, you reclaim the one sovereignty no external force can violate, command over yourself. Your breathing changes. Your posture transforms. Others notice you no longer tremble when life attempts to destabilize you. That's Stoicism, strength manifested through tranquility, power expressed through restraint. So when existence drags you into another tempest, don't waste energy fighting the wind. Don't plead with the rain to cease. Secure your inner calm, move with deliberate clarity, and let chaos crash around you without claiming your spirit. Number 2, nothing is owed to me, everything must be earned. You weren't promised comfort. You weren't guaranteed tranquility. You arrived in this world empty-handed, and nothing was placed within your grasp. If you're still waiting for life to acknowledge your suffering, you're already bleeding internally. No one owes you affection. No one owes you resolution. The universe doesn't maintain a ledger of your hardships, distributing justice like gifts because you've wept enough or endured enough or begged enough. You can scream into the void until your lungs rupture, and still, it owes you nothing. The longer you wait for fairness, the more life consumes you, the more you decay from within, believing someone should rescue you from the very tempests designed to forge your character. But here comes the transformation, the awakening, the primal cry that finally rouses the warrior within. You cease waiting. You stop reaching for that phantom hand that never materializes. You rise not with elegance but with determination, with fractured bones, with blood between your teeth, with fire in your core, and you earn every increment of your future, every moment of serenity, every particle of dignity. Because you weren't born to be sheltered, you were born to be tempered. Ancient philosophers didn't speak in puzzles, they confronted suffering directly and named it teacher. They didn't request comfort, they demanded character. Consider what duty requires, not what punishment threatens, and you'll find the task lighter and the suffering insignificant. That's the code, the fire, the brutal form of love life offers those who cease complaining and begin ascending. You earn everything, your self-respect in solitary moments when no audience applauds your discipline, your strength when you continue through heartbreak, failure, and betrayal without becoming cynical, without losing your humanity. You earn your position not by proclaiming your deservingness but by outlasting doubt, outworking distractions, and transcending the weaknesses that once governed your existence. Because this world continues rotating whether you collapse or conquer, and it won't pause when you fall. So you must rise as if your existence depends on it, because it does. Weep if necessary, break if inevitable, but never for a moment believe anything is owed to you. Fight. Climb. Crawl through broken glass if required. One day, when the haze disperses, when pain transforms from acute to sacred, you'll stand scarred yet solid, unstoppable, not because the universe bestowed a crown, but because you extracted one from the ruins and placed it upon your own head. That's what it means to earn. That's what it means to live as if nothing is guaranteed but everything remains possible. Number 3, my emotions belong to me. I refuse to become their property. Eventually, you recognize that the true conflict isn't external, not your past, not your childhood circumstances, not those who abandoned you, betrayed you, or underestimated your worth. The real battle rages within your chest, the mounting anxiety when someone fails to respond, the rage that seizes your breath when disrespected, the grief weighing upon your shoulders in solitary midnight hours when no one checks your welfare. It's the silent self-destruction behind every disproportionate reaction, every emotional collapse, every instance you permit a feeling to dictate your actions. Too many people aren't truly living, they merely react, pulled through existence like marionettes, their strings manipulated by every passing emotion. One rejection crushes them. One moment of jealousy drives them to chase validation like addicts. One harsh word triggers an explosion, burning bridges they'll later wish remained intact. They call this authenticity, but it's actually subjugation. But not you. Not anymore. You are not a leaf swept by the wind. You are not a passenger in your own narrative. You are the inferno, the anchor, the steel backbone. When emotions crash through like a hurricane, you don't flee, you stand firm. You maintain your position. You experience the feeling, then assert your authority. An ancient sage stated clearly, no individual achieves freedom until mastering themselves. Such mastery isn't found in suppressing emotions but in standing at chaos's center and refusing displacement. So yes, allow grief entrance. Permit rage to thunder. Let fear approach. But you don't surrender. You don't lash out. You don't spiral into some degraded version of yourself. You hold your ground. You breathe through the flames. You remind your emotions of your sovereignty. You are their master, not their victim. Because here's truth, emotions deceive. They'll whisper you're worthless, unloved, finished, broken, and if you listen intently, you'll embody those lies. You'll incinerate everything valuable simply because you hurt. You'll push away those who cared. You'll sabotage your peace, all for a temporary sensation. Don't sacrifice your future to something that won't endure an hour. Don't let a 5-minute mood destroy a 5-year vision. Don't let momentary anger transform you into someone you promised never to become. Don't empower emotions that haven't earned authority. You don't suppress feelings. You don't fabricate peace. You forge it. Channel that pain into writing. Transform that anger into training. Build with that sadness. That's not weakness, that's magnificent strength. That's Stoic fire. You don't collapse when waves strike, you navigate them, riding with scars across your chest and purpose in your stride. Because the tempest wasn't sent to drown you, it arrived to teach you to stand taller. So next time it rises, that anger, that panic, that sorrow, don't run, don't numb, don't attack. Feel it. Face it. Then proceed regardless. Your emotions don't pronounce the final verdict. You do. They don't own you. You own them. Walk accordingly. Speak accordingly. Live accordingly. Number 4, I will embrace discomfort, I will grow through it. Comfort zones are velvet restraints, soft yet suffocating, cradling you in mediocrity, feeding lies wrapped in ease. They promise safety, but it's illusion, a gilded cage imprisoning you in a life of mere adequacy. That's not you. You're destined to explode, break chains, leap into flames, not to settle, not to accept, but to stand magnificent and roar defiance at the heavens. Feel this, the sharp chill of early morning cutting through your bones, your muscles screaming in protest, yet within, something fierce awakens, something untamed. You're alive. The air scorches your lungs, but your spirit soars, claiming that moment. Or that crushing pressure in your chest when poised to reveal your deepest truth, your darkest fear, words trembling at your lips, yet once spoken, it's liberation from lifelong imprisonment. This isn't suffering, it's freedom. This is the flame that forges warriors. Discomfort isn't the enemy, it's your mentor. It doesn't exist to torture you but to transform you. The ancient Stoics didn't waste energy pursuing comfort, they sought challenge, resistance. They understood its power. A philosopher once stated plainly, what happens matters less than how you respond. That's the key. The tempest, you don't evade it, you step into it. You don't hide from pain, you grasp it, shape it, convert it to power. You don't curse the battle, you let it transform you into something magnificent. The pain, the struggle, the chaos, it's not a barrier, it's the hammer shaping you into a masterpiece. Life isn't peaceful slumber, it's maximum intensity, wild experience. It's a beast indifferent to your comfort, ready to strike you down, crush your ego, pulverize your heart, and that's the contract, that's the glory. You're here to experience everything, the sweat, the tears, the burning rage, the unbearable yearning. Don't diminish it. Don't numb it. Let it surge through you. Let the fire consume. The pain won't destroy you, it will make you eternal. Every bruise, every tear, every fall, every battle becomes a scar worn like a medal because you rose again. Consider this reality, that fear you avoid, that's your treasure map leading directly to your purpose. That conversation you evade, that's your path to liberation, your passage to authentic selfhood. That solitary discipline when others sleep or celebrate, that's the forge where your greatness is hammered into existence. The struggle isn't punishment, it's ascension. Don't flee. Don't hide. Confront that discomfort directly and declare, let's proceed. Because when you face struggle head-on, you don't merely survive, you set the world ablaze. The Stoics had a phrase, memento mori, remember your mortality. Not to frighten you but to awaken you fully. Every moment of discomfort offers opportunity to live unprecedented experience. Every painful second allows you to annihilate your former self and rise transformed. A philosopher noted, we suffer more in imagination than reality. So cease overthinking. Stop questioning your readiness. Act. Let fear fuel you. Let sweat, doubt, pain forge you into someone who doesn't merely endure but dominates. Let's be clear, Growth isn't gentle lullaby, it's battle cry. It's fire coursing through your veins, scars marking your hands after combat you refuse to abandon. It's knowing you traversed hell without faltering. It's that raw, primal joy realized when you discover you didn't surrender, didn't retreat, you embraced flames and let them transform you into their master. So inhale deeply. Feel the fear, the chaos, the raw, unfiltered beauty of human experience. Then advance. Walk into the storm. Embrace discomfort and let it ignite within you a blaze the world cannot comprehend, because you aren't simply growing, you're becoming unstoppable. Number 5, today I rise regardless of circumstance. Not whispered, not spoken, screamed in silent affirmation, burned into your marrow like a vow willingly taken. Let it explode from your chest like thunder, not elegant, not refined, simply authentic. You awaken with darkness clawing at your ribs, life's pressure crushing your lungs, specters of everything lost climbing your spine, yet your feet still strike the ground like war drums. That's the sound of defiance. You exist not for approval, not for comprehension. You aren't delicate crystal, you're shrapnel, razor-edged, fire-tempered. Each time the world strikes, you absorb the impact, taste blood, and smile as though it were sustenance, because pain isn't the adversary anymore, it's the anthem, and you're not merely surviving, you're composing symphonies with your scars. Today isn't your ally, it's a feral creature, teeth exposed, spewing chaos in your face. You'll experience betrayal from those you believed permanent. You'll witness dreams collapsing like dying stars. Your reflection will regard you with disgust and uncertainty. In that instant when everything screams, surrender, your soul whispers back, test me. Because you weren't constructed for comfort, you were designed through disaster, sculpted in aftermath, formed amid ruins. You move with clenched fists and locked jaw. You bleed behind your smile and grin through flames. While others await the storm's passing, you march directly into it, barefoot, furious, uninvited. You don't rise immaculate, you rise savage, shouting, trembling, half mortal and half divine. You don't rise from strength, you rise because decay is unacceptable. You carry your burden across burning coals while spectators observe and bet against you. But they forget, ashes don't signify death, they herald rebirth. And you're the inferno that refused extinction. Let them doubt. Let them depart. Let them whisper your name like a eulogy. You aren't the one mourned, you're the one who excavates himself from his grave, grinning, earth-covered, fury-filled. Your name doesn't belong among pity, it belongs in legends. The Stoics didn't pray for serenity, they challenged fate to combat. They didn't await clarity, they carved it from stone with bloodied hands. A philosopher didn't beg for blessings, he stared at suffering unflinchingly and made it a student. That's your heritage, your birthright. You don't bow, you burn. Experience everything, grief like glass in your lungs, heartbreak sharper than bullets, nights stretching endlessly where sleep feels like betrayal. Don't evade it, absorb it. Let it twist you, tear you, reconfigure your essence. That's not torment, it's transformation. You're not collapsing, you're evolving into something incomprehensible to others. When they say you cannot, you won't, you're finished, let them speak, then outlive their words. Outlast the betrayal. Outshine the silence. Outbleed the doubt. They'll choke on your name when realizing the soil they buried you in wasn't your grave, it was your origin point. Amor fati, you don't merely accept fate, you wrestle it into submission. You smile at the tempest not for its beauty but because you know it confronts something more formidable, you. This isn't about healing, this is reclamation. This is rage converted to rhythm. This is heartbreak hardened to steel. This is exhaustion transformed to momentum. This isn't recovery, this is resurrection. So release it. Tear it from your chest. Let the stars hear. Let your demons recoil. Today I rise regardless of circumstance, not like sunrise, graceful and golden. No, you rise like supernova, thunderous, final, terrifying. Because you're not a survivor, you're a tempest with consciousness. You're not merely enduring another day, you're training your spirit for warfare. While the world chooses comfort, you select coldness. While others pursue pleasure, you embrace pain with lifted chin and anchored soul. That's not suffering, that's Stoicism embodied. You're the one standing immobile amid raging storms, the one who doesn't plead for simpler existence but demands stronger resolve. Because true strength isn't loud, it's silent, built in solitude, forged in flames, and earned when no observers witness. So when tomorrow's alarm sounds and your mind attempts escape, don't run. Don't flinch. Don't yield. Face yourself in the mirror like someone at war. Speak those 5 principles as if your ancestors listen, as if every philosopher who traversed hell with steady heart nods silently behind you. Because the Stoic doesn't scream, doesn't beg, he acts. He owns his destiny even when it shatters him. And when you exit that door, don't merely walk, march. Every step demonstrates that discomfort didn't destroy you, it reconstructed you. This existence won't reward the loudest voice, it rewards the one who suffers with dignity. If this split your chest open, share your support, drop your favorite line in comments, and tell the world you're awakened. Follow not for excitement but because you require this fire in your life. This isn't mere motivation, this is philosophical warfare, and we battle shoulder to shoulder. Until next time.